Hi, I'm Gary Kim, the editor of IP Business and a contributor to TMCnet, and I'm here today with Andrew Shikiar, who's the Executive Director or CEO?
Director of Global Marketing.
Director of Global Marketing for LiMo Foundation. Now, most people probably haven't heard of LiMo Foundation outside of the Linux community, so give us a little intro into what that is.
Yeah, absolutely. So the LiMo Foundation is a consortia of around 50 companies that are working together to create a middleware operating system that will run across all sorts of mobile devices. And so the way that the platform is being developed is that companies who take part in the foundation actually contribute code based on products they've already put on market into the platform, so that this code will then consist of a new platform that will be implemented consistently across devices and across networks. And so what this really allows is a common, singular mobile platform that will be apparent in many devices, so that application developers can create next generation applications and services that will run across networks and across devices.
Now, who are some of the current members?
So LiMo was founded by 6 companies, Entity Docomo, Vodafone, Motorola, Panasonic, Samsung, and NEC, and Orange has joined as a founding level member as well. In addition, we have many other companies, including leading operators. So we have 8 operators on a global basis that represent over 500 million subscribers. Other operators of note include Verizon Wireless and SK Telecom. And they've both joined LiMo to really bring requirements into the platform so that when they deploy open devices to their consumers, they'll have a consistent implementation. In addition, we have a number of OEMs, handset manufacturers such as LG, who has joined, along with Motorola and Samsung. Those are 3 of the top 5 handset OEMs in the market today. So collectively, our members represent over 500 million subscribers, and they ship hundreds of millions of units of devices every year, which is why LiMo is so compelling, right? For an application developer or content provider, is that all of a sudden you have a single platform and a very powerful and single route to market by creating applications and services that will run on LiMo devices.
And we've been hearing the industry talk increasingly about open platforms, open networks, open devices.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's really gaining some momentum at this point. Is that correct?
Well, it is, because openness is really a technical trend, but also kind of a social and business trend today. If you look at kind of what happened...
Well said. Well said.
Oh, thank you. If you look at what happened with Web 2.0, the whole idea of mashups, right? I mean, the idea is you could take pieces of application, pieces of content from situation A, situation B, or origin X, Y, Z, and put them together. That's really the web that people want. So you take that and combine it with the proliferation of devices, faster access to across mobile networks, and consumers are going to demand this type of mobile experience. Now, the challenge is that the traditional mobile operating system hasn't been set up to enable this type of experience. And so the operating system is morphing from a piece of technology into something that's really a mediating platform, or a mediating stage, which is mediating platform technologies, business models, content, and a variety of factors. And so then the operating system takes on a whole new level of importance and significance. And as such, it's very important that this operating system reflect the requirements and the needs of the entire mobile industry. And then, following that line of thinking, you can see that the operating system is more about governance, right? Governance of access and influence to the operating system than it is about technology. And governance, is absolutely critical. So what governance enables, it sets up a framework whereby anyone who has a say, or anyone who wishes to contribute to the next generation mobile operating system can, as long as it fits within a certain framework that will add value to the operating system and make sure that it can be developed, innovated, and deployed on a consistent basis.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but what you're saying suggests to me that we're entering a new phase of the mobile industry's life, where it used to be very closed, very voice-centric, and it sounds like what you're describing is the internet on mobile.
Well, it is, and I think the iPhone's been a wonderful catalyst for change in the mobile industry. And I think that the iPhone in and of itself isn't any sort of technical wonder, but the experience and the user experience and the design around that is very compelling. And the difference between the PC and the mobile network is that in the PC, you could plug in your cable and you're on the internet, and the internet's always been open, right? Mobile networks are exactly that. They're closed networks, and so we are going through this period of change where operators who own these networks and really license you as a consumer the right to access their network are finding a way to open up their network, through from walled gardens to sticky gardens to open gardens. Those are kind of the terms that to describe content that one can access. And so it is. It's a very exciting and transformative period right now, and so that's why there's a huge imperative for industry collaboration, and that's really where LiMo fits in. Is really the center point for industry collaboration on a mobile operating system.
Now, this morning, Nokia bought the remaining parts of Symbian that it didn't already own. Has also announced that they're going to contribute those intellectual property assets to a new Symbian Foundation, I believe the name is. And then is planning on licensing those things essentially for free using the standard open source licensing agreements that we've got. And that, by my count, means there's you. Now, Symbian has really gone open source. And then there's obviously the Android Alliance out there, which seems really earth-shattering and important. Do you view that?
Well, I think all three activities are very, very important, and it's very significant. And again, it validates what we've been talking about, which is a shift towards openness and open systems and open collaboration. We're very excited about the Symbian announcement because it shows that another group from within the mobile industry is actually embracing openness. Right. So we represent that a huge percentage of the mobile industry. Again, 50 companies representing billions of consumers. But having someone like Symbian, follow our lead in open governance and open platform development, I think is very significant. And we look forward to tracking their progress over the next couple of years. I mean, their press release today said that within 2 years, and around 2 years, they'll complete the transfer of the Symbian source code to the Symbian Foundation. And 2 years is a long time, and I think they have some challenges on their hands. A question one would ask is how can something that's been really controlled by one party, is it in their DNA to really open that up, and will other parties really feel comfortable taking part in Symbian Foundation? Part of governance is having a level playing field and having things be truly open, and that's where I think LiMo is uniquely situated as opposed to the other two initiatives that you mentioned, in the sense that we have no business model conflict. There's no single controlling body. We're a nonprofit organization that harnesses the input and the focus of all our members to create a common operating system that will really benefit the entire mobile industry.
Now, your developer base obviously comes out of the Linux developer community. Are there other developer communities that are adjacencies that you want to speak to? Yeah,
so our operating system is Linux-based, and I think that it reflects a couple of things. It reflects the fact that the mobile industry has been moving towards Linux for the past several years. In fact, 2 of our founding companies have a rich heritage of kind of roll your own Linux operating systems, and Motorola and Samsung in particular. And what we've done is gotten all these companies to agree to cooperate on the Linux middleware operating system. We're literally, our OS reflects code that sat in a Symbian sat in a Samsung phone right next to code that sat in a Motorola phone. And so it's that kind of collaboration that's reflected in our operating system.
Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate you being here with us today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching.